Boom shakalaka, what is up guys? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today it is Monday. We have a news episode, so I'll be going over all the latest news with you, taking a look at some of the top gaining cryptos. But before we get started, thank you to everyone subscribing, thank you to everyone mashing on that like button, and let's go. So, big news this week, Binance, #1 exchange, moves to Malta. Malta is much more crypto friendly, crypto fintech, all that stuff, because Japanese regulations, they wanted Binance to close down. We take a look, picture here, there's Malta right there if you want. That's where Binance is being housed, but they're doing that just to kind of sidestep regulations. What is this going to say for the future? Don't exactly know, but I think once exchanges become more decentralized, it'll be a lot harder for these regulations to be carried out against exchanges. And, they can just keep going from place to place to place to place and place until they run out of places. So, in the time now, doesn't really make that big of a difference, but that's big news for Binance. Now, the next thing, Huawei reportedly seeks sirin OS license to introduce blockchain-based smartphone. So, Sirin Labs token, they had the Fini phone. Okay, recently this week they announced a potential partnership with Cardano for using the Cardano blockchain on the phone. Well, now Huawei wants to partner with Sirin. So those are both good news for Sirin Labs. What else? Child abuse on the Bitcoin blockchain. All right, apparently there's been 5 references to pornographic files. I think 2 or 3 of them are child porn. Not so good. Are people going to be prosecuted? That's kind of tough because it's just kind of like a storage place. It would be the same as if there were child porn found on like Amazon AWS servers. So who knows if they'll be prosecuted, but there was a lot of FUD around that. So be wary. Don't go looking for that. Child porn is bad. Next is IRS warns taxpayers to include crypto on income taxes. And the reason why is that in 2017, only 0.4% of customers of personal finance service Credit Karma reported crypto transactions on their tax returns. That's not very many. I think it was like 400 people in the US last year. Something retardedly small. So nobody is reporting it. Why? Because most people in crypto are libertarians. They don't want to pay taxes. But you can get into a lot of trouble. Apparently you can be fined like $100,000 for not reporting this stuff. So guys, do what's best for you. Report it if you can. All right. Also, CryptoKitties receives $12 million in funding. That's nuts. Okay, that is ridiculous. But it was a good game. It did well, made lots of money. A lot of people use it, completely shut down Ethereum's network, and they received a lot of funding. So now they're going to build it bigger. Maybe they'll use a faster blockchain. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, CryptoKitties, the Ethereum killer app, gets a lot of money. Additionally this week, this one is something that I look when kind of looking at where to invest in cryptocurrencies. China filed the most blockchain patents in 2017. That's why I like to look at Chinese cryptos, projects. Neo, Ontology, Elastos, Red Pulse, a whole bunch of different ones. They have a whole bunch of great projects, and they're filing a whole bunch of patents, which means they're going to have the technology in the upcoming years to develop. So looking at small Chinese projects or even big Chinese projects, they have what it could take to grow. Now, other than China, so China had 406 patents, and then, there were 406 patents total. China had 225, followed by the US with 91 and Australia with 13. So China's definitely #1, US second, Australia third. Next, the co-founder of Ripple and the main guy for Stellar, Jed McCaleb, he says the blockchain needs to be decentralized to be successful, and he makes a good point. Because if it was centralized, it wouldn't exactly be decentralized now, would it? Right? But I mean, I think this is his versus like Bitcoin and everything, where there's a few mining pools that kind of control all of Bitcoin mining. He wants it to be decentralized, which Stellar Network is aiming to do. They're launching ICOs on there, so they have their blockchain that's working well. And, he makes a good point. And Stellar is one that I'm definitely looking at. So keep an eye on Stellar. Definitely not Ripple. All right. Now next, Japanese IT giant Fujitsu opens the Blockchain Innovation Center in Belgium. Why is this good news? Because the world is taking blockchain seriously. This is a gigantic company in Japan responsible for a whole bunch of technology, and they're opening up a huge blockchain innovation center to help develop, help keep moving things forward, help find all potential applications for the blockchain coming up in the future. That's great for the blockchain and great for us as investors. Lastly, guys, there was that the NEM hack about a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, I'm not sure. It was a while ago, all right, from CoinCheck. And so they were basically, they were tracking the hackers' accounts. Well, now the hackers' accounts are at zero. They've liquidated all of the stolen NEM that has been found on exchanges in Canada and Japan. So apparently the hackers figured out how to spend it, unfortunately. But, you know, you do the best you can. Lastly here, Google reveals 2 blockchain projects as it eyes data transparency. So Google has been kind of slow, not really slow, but just hasn't had much, you know, there's no Google chain yet. They have been somewhat slow to get into the space. But this week, Google made known about 2 separate blockchain projects it's working on, a tamper-proof auditing system and a cloud operations platform. Now, this comes in the wake of news about Google stopping cryptocurrency ads, also Facebook stopping cryptocurrency ads. Also, there's rumors of Twitter stopping cryptocurrency ads. And it makes you think, maybe they're like going completely in the dark about all cryptocurrency advertising so that they can completely control cryptocurrency advertising so they can completely control the blockchain. Is that a conspiracy? I ask you. So that's the news for this week. Now let's take a look at some of the big movers and shakers. Bitcoin's down 5% for the week. Oh, so sad. But we have some going up, all right? So for those of you who were super sad about Tron being down before, it's up almost 30%. Icon's up, Binance Coin's up, all right, Purge is up a little bit, Ontology's up, all right, Veritasium. So we have a whole bunch of ones. Loopring is up, Ethos, iOS token, whole bunch of cryptocurrencies coming up. Storm token, 130%. We'll take a look at that coming up now. So the first one is Tron. Tron is back up, obviously not as high as all-time highs. All right, it was 25 cents at one point. It is 4 cents. So it's not up, but you know, people saw a little bit of price action. I think they got their hopes up a little bit. Why is that? I think potentially announcements about the Tron testnet coming up in 4 days. The Tron testnet, they're aiming to make the web decentralized again, potentially for blockchain internet. And so they have a whole bunch of things. Tron had a whole bunch of FUD they were dealing with the white paper, but now maybe this is their comeback. They have the testnet. People like to see progress, and we'll see how that affects things. The next one is Icon. All right, so Icon had a bit of a price jump this week. Woo! Up from less than $2 to almost $4. It doubled this week, and then it's back down for a 50% gain overall this week. But what's going on with Icon? Well, to begin with, Icon is hyper-connecting the world. Blockchain, South Korea based, has partnerships with South Korea, but big announcements this week boosted Icon prices, including being listed on BitHum, the huge South Korean exchange, and also on Upbit, another huge South Korean exchange. So getting added there, you have a fixed supply, you have increased demand because more people can get access to it on those exchanges. Price goes up. Now it's come back down a little bit. Next one, we have Binance Coin. All right, Binance Coin, oh, again, price shooting up, and it makes sense. I mean, #1 exchange, people are using the coin. And that's going to definitely affect the price. But specifically, what are some things that affected it? Well, we take a look at Binance. They have the hacker bounty, so they're still trying to catch those hackers, $250,000 bounty to get rid of those hackers. But the first news they had, which is a little bit more than a week ago, was Binance launching decentralized trading platform. All right, so they're going to have Binance Chain, they're going to have a decentralized exchange, and decentralized exchanges are the way of the future. Potentially within 6 months, we'll start to see decentralized exchanges being the main form of exchanges, especially things with like NEX, 0x, Kyber, Loopring, all of them decentralized exchanges. But the other big news for Binance this week was opening the offices in Malta, so kind of ducking regulations, being speedy. And this is one thing I love about Binance. They're always like ahead of the game. They don't just sit and wait on their heels. They're always progressing, innovating, moving forward, and that's why they're #1. Now, next one, guys, Ontology. Ontology is a big one. Shot up a little bit this week. Not all-time highs, definitely not. But, we saw a bit of a price increase this week. And why is that? Well, Ontology is a trust collaboration platform. So some people are talking about how this could replace Neo. Similar teams. The Ontology definitely has the support of Neo Counsel on-chain, but they have Jun Lee heading it up. They have Dahong Fei involved. And yeah, people are talking this could potentially be the new Neo, the new Ethereum of China. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Other than that, I didn't find any news that particularly caused this little price increase. But yeah, people are very interested in Ontology. They have a whole bunch of stuff going on. So definitely worthwhile to look into. I will make a full episode on this one coming up soon. Lastly, guys, in the news for today, we have Storm. All right, so Storm token up a buttload this week. All right. It went up from 2 cents to 8 cents or more, and then now it's back down. Now, why did it do this? What is Storm token? Gamified microtasks. Earn anywhere, anytime, any device. Interesting. Now, one thing that I found even more interesting than that was this here. So first, okay, market cap, $180 million. All right. On this day, when the price shot up, $2.2 billion volume in 24 hours. Why on earth? What caused that? Was that a pump and dump? Could it be? Came out of nowhere. Price shot up. Price is going back down. Is it possible? It's certainly possible. So that's definitely what I think is going on with Storm. I didn't see any other news it could be attributing to it other than just potentially pump and dump. So guys, in terms of advisors, they list Charles Hodgkinson, so they have some big advisors here, but we'll kind of have to see what the reason for all that price influx is. Now, lastly, guys, that's it for today. Just want to say thank you for watching the news episode. I did just get back from NAC3 in Los Angeles. That was very fun. Had a great time. As you can see, my eyes are a little pink, so obviously someone farted on my pillow, but it was a great time. Had a good time. Great speech with David Hay, Crypto Bobby, everyone who showed up there. It was a lot of fun. So guys, I hope you enjoy yourselves. Have a very good one. I will catch you tomorrow. All right? Peace.